Welcome back to another episode of the There Will Be Bond podcast, episode 99, covering minutes 135 and 136 of Casino Royale. Over there is my co-host. He travels, a sort of licensed travel shooter. No, troubleshooter. Oh, fuck.
It
Screwed it up
is
already.
troubleshooter.
I
Is
thought he
it
was a,
troubleshooter?
no, licensed troubleshooter, isn't it? Or is it
I thought it was.
troubleshooter?
I think it's troubleshooter.
We're not off,
Anyway,
we're not off to a good start.
everyone knows what we mean. We're quoting Thunderball here.
Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah,
Rob,
Rob Smith
Rob
here.
is back in the
Yes.
room. We're doing this over Zoom. We wouldn't normally try and get into the same room where we can, but a lot of life getting in the way at the moment. And Rob, you're literally fresh back. You landed back yesterday?
Yesterday afternoon, after a 9-hour flight from Vegas. Yeah, so I'm a bit jet lagged, and I'm in a state of panic, trying to get everything ready for the Goodwood Revival tomorrow as well. So it's just chaos here at the moment.
Very good.
But we plow on. We plow on.
Rob, I'm very eager to hear what you've been up to. And I think your Anything Bondian segment is going to be brimming. So take it
Yeah.
away. So let me start. Well, I'll kick it off for you. San Francisco was the first port of call, was it? With Martin Mulder and the boys from On the Tracks of 007. This was the event.
Yeah. So this was the event that we've talked about before. This is Martin Mulder on the track to 007. So he planned this trip and it was called Rock Salt and Mud Pies.
Okay.
And it was visiting San Francisco for the 40th anniversary locate A View to a Kill. So locations of that film around San Francisco. And then we hot footed over to Vegas for Diamonds Are Forever because that was meant to happen in 2021, but didn't because of COVID. So they thought they'd tack it onto this trip. So yeah, so I've just come back from that, and it was fantastic. I mean, I've been to Vegas, not Vegas, sorry, I've been to San Fran before. So some of that wasn't new to me, but there was a lot of stuff that I hadn't seen as well. So what we did on the first day was a walking tour of the city.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So
So
not just
most of
exclusively Bond, there was other stuff thrown in, like
no,
culture.
it was exclusively Bond. It
Oh,
was exclusively Bond,
okay.
but it was a walking tour of the city, taking in the locations that are all within walking distance, and there's quite a lot. So we did a lot of that is from the fire truck chase in the
Hmm.
film. And a lot of that stuff, it's like blink and you miss it because it's all going past quickly in the background, you know?
Yeah.
There's nothing particularly recognizable in that chase sequence apart from the bridge at the end that
Yeah, the
opens.
drawbridge, right?
So I was prepared, as you know, before I went, I did all the screen grabs on my phone of every single shot. Okay, and it's just as well I did because when we were there, we walking up to something, and then Martin would say, "Okay, so this skyscraper is seen for about 2 seconds in the background," you
Right.
know? And he's got his flip book,
Right.
and then I had the pictures on my phone, so I just sent them to the WhatsApp group we have for everyone, and everyone could then just look at them, and everyone was like, "Oh, thank goodness for that. Rob's here. He can, he's come prepared." So yeah, so that's the sort of thing it was. It was literally like every shot of that chase sequence. Oh, look, there's that building in the background. Oh, look, there's this view of the city, all that sort of thing. So that's what we did in the morning. And some of those hills, my God, it was heavy going. I mean, I don't know if you walk around the hills of San Francisco,
I've
but
never
some of
been.
them
I've never been.
you've never been. Oh,
Yeah.
you've got
Oh.
to go.
Well, I can imagine the hills. I imagine the hills like I seen Bullet, right? So the car
Yeah,
that kind of the
yeah,
Mustang that goes careering over all the hills in
yeah.
the car chase. That looks immense. But
They
you're
they
climbing up them by foot, right?
Yeah, they are steep,
Mm.
and some of the older people on the trip were complaining somewhat of the of this. I mean, I went 15 years ago, and I remember suffering then. I'm 15 years older now. It was full on. So we got our steps in. I
Yeah.
remember on the first 2 days, we did, I think, over 23,000 steps on each day.
Nice.
So yeah, we were walking off all that big American food. But yeah, so we went to the city hall,
Yes.
which is obviously where Stacey worked and where they
Hmm.
had the fire at the top. So
Did
we
they
could
do
see
any
the
filming
outside of that.
inside? They must have done
Yes,
filming inside. Did you go
they
inside?
did. Yes, there was a wedding going on inside. So they only really filmed in the hall as you go in with that big sweeping staircase,
Uh-huh.
and you see Stacy walking down that and Bond following her. All the other stuff, like all the offices and things, Howell's office, that was all studio at Pinewood. But the actual bits you see with the ornate ceiling and the staircase, that's all there. You can go and see that, and you can anyone can just walk in. They do have a metal detector now, which wasn't there when I last went 15 years ago. So
Right.
you got it's like going to the airport. You've got to go through all that, empty your bags and everything. And San Francisco really has changed since I was last there. So I mean, this is quite well known. And I'm not going to get political on this podcast, but unfortunately, San Francisco, there's a lot more sort of homeless element going on than there was, and that's quite noticeable in certain districts.
Hmm.
It wasn't it didn't it didn't spoil the trip, but it's just a little bit more noticeable. And but yeah, so we saw City Hall. That was great. Um, and then we went to the Nippon Spa.
Yes.
So where he goes with Pola Ivanova in the hot tub. So that spa is not a real spa. It's a facade that was built for the film. There's
Mm.
nothing there.
Mm.
So there's like it's in the Japanese quarter of San Francisco. So it's all Japanese restaurants and things there.
Mm.
And they've got that pagoda you see in the film. And the pagoda had bloody scaffolding over it, which was a shame.
Oh man.
But yeah, but so I think I sent you some pictures, or you've seen some of my pictures, and it's literally like a garage door.
Yeah.
And they built the front onto that garage door, and they had some stairs next to it. I don't know if they were there at the time and they've been filled in, don't know. But anyway, so that was that. But it's cool to see that,
Yeah,
because
I
that's
bet.
quite iconic. Where she comes running out and she gets in the car,
I
the
just
go
love
go.
I love the fact that they come up with these names like the Nippon Spa. I mean,
Yeah.
that's typically like three or four blokes in the writing room, each chuckling to themselves, like, "What can we call this?" And then I'd love to have seen the names in the hat, what they were going to call that spa, because it's
Well, when you say Nippon, I just think of bloody ant killer. I mean,
ant
that's
killer.
ant killer Nippon. Yeah, you buy it from the hardware shop. It's just it's
Oh,
powder that you pour down if you've got ants. It's called Nippon.
your mind and my mind were going in two different directions for that one, Rob.
Yeah, if you've got ants in your house,
All
you
right.
buy some Nippon.
Okay,
But yeah, so we
okay.
saw that.
I'd like for
So
people to DM me on Instagram which way you went on the Nippon. Did you go for some ant killer, or did you go for some, let's just say, some more dirtier material?
so yeah, so we saw that, and then so that was cool. That was like the first day, and then the second day, we went to Fisherman's Wharf,
Mm.
and oh, and we also did Alcatraz as well.
Oh,
That was
nice.
but that's not Bond. And I'm glad I did that because when I went 15 years ago, I had such a full-on schedule with all the filming locations, not just from A View to Kill, but from Vertigo as well,
Herbie
and and Herbie Rides Again, and The Love Bug. Oh,
and
that's
Bullet.
one other thing. Our hotel, right, where we stayed. We were staying in the Palace Hotel, beautiful five-star hotel in the financial district, and I suddenly realized that this was used in Herbie Rides Again. There's a
Oh God, fuck it.
sequence
All
in
right,
there where Herbie drives in and he
all right.
drives through the restaurant. He drives through the beautiful, yeah.
Yeah,
So that was cool that
yeah.
where we were staying is a film location.
You
But
remember
yeah,
when
well,
I told you just before we hit the mics that I've got to keep you on the straight and narrow?
I know, but I just sort of dropped them
Well,
very
look,
quickly.
if you
But
were going to go for a hotel, what I was hoping you were going to go for was the hotel featured in The Rock, with Sean Connery, where he hangs the guy over the side of the balcony.
no,
Not
no,
seen
we
The
stayed
Rock?
in. No, no, I haven't seen The Rock.
You've not seen The Rock?
No, I'm gonna have to see it now. I've been to Alcatraz.
Oh, God, you didn't think about seeing it any time before that?
Ah,
Sean
no time,
Connery
no
in like one
time.
of his greatest roles outside of no time. Come
Is
on,
it
Rob.
really that good?
It's
The Rock. I've heard it's
it's
not that.
incredible. Who's been telling you? Who's been telling you it's not good? I
Some
want
people on the
names.
trip.
I
Some
want
people on the
I
trip.
want names. I'm gonna call
They
them
said
up.
it because
Get
who's
them
the
on the phone.
director? The director is
Michael
someone.
Bay.
Yeah, they said if you like his films, you'll like The Rock, but only if you like his films. It's a very Michael Bay film, and it might not be up,
It's a very
for
Michael Bay
everyone's
film,
taste.
but it's one of the
Yeah.
better. Look, Michael Bay does horrible films as well, but so do a lot of directors. But the Rock is genuinely a kick-ass film. It's
Okay, well, I'll have to watch
from
that. But
start to and
anyway,
Sean is brilliant in it. It's like his closest Bond role
yeah,
without
I've
being a Bond.
heard this. I've heard this. So yeah, I do need to see that. But yeah, so we stayed in a Herbie Rides Again hotel. So that's cool as far as top marks to Martin from
Okay.
me for that.
All right.
But yeah, so we went to Alcatraz. That was cool. I won't spend long on that because that's not Bond. And then we went to Fisherman's Wharf, and that I have to say has changed so much since I was last there. It was really sad to see so much of it is closed down.
Mm,
So there are two main restaurants, okay, that you see in A View to a Kill and in other films, Happy Rise Again, and one of them is Tarantino's Italian restaurant, has been there since the 60s at least. It was
right.
certainly there in the 70s for Herbie, and it's closed down. It's
Mm,
devastating to see. It's all derelict. It's all empty. And Castagnola's, which is at the end of the pier where you see Bond and Yip. Is it? No,
yeah.
Bond and what's he called? Not, no, it's David Yip. Yip's the actor. What's he called, the character?
Oh,
I can't remember now.
fucking hell.
Well, you know who I mean. His
CIA.
contact.
Is he Jack
Yeah,
something? Okay.
his contact. Anyway, when they walk down the pier and they're talking after he's got his soft shell crab little you see Castagnola's clearly behind them, and that's
Chuck
another
Lee.
restaurant.
Chuck Lee.
Chuck Lee,
Yeah.
thank you. Chuck Lee. Yeah, I always think of David Yip as the actor, but it's Chuck
Well,
Lee.
you know David Yip, right?
I know his cousin. I know his cousin.
Well,
Yeah.
we can get him on. That's what you
Well, we'll
said.
try. We'll try and get him on.
You
Yeah.
said you'll try.
Um, yeah, I used to work with his cousin. But anyway, so these two like big famous restaurants that have been in
Mm,
countless films are both now derelict. And loads of shops have closed down along that strip, like where Bond gets off the tram.
yeah.
All those things behind, a lot of those have closed down. So it's like, my God, this is terrible. And a lot of homeless people around there now. A lot of people shooting up and that sort of thing,
Oh dear.
and it's really sad to see. But I've heard that they are going to redevelop all of that, and they're going to knock it all down and start again.
Mm.
So we got in at the good time to see how it was in A View to a Kill, because I think it's all going to be torn down and redeveloped. But yeah, that was
That's a
that
shame,
was
man. That's a shame.
it's a real shame. It's a real shame because Fisherman's Wharf used to be a vibrant, buzzing place. And it was 15 years ago. And I didn't even see any seals. I didn't even see the seals. So
Oh.
Pier 39, it's famous for it. I mean, they probably were there. We just didn't have time to see them. But yeah, so that was Fisherman's Wharf. So that was sad. And then the next day we did a coach trip. So we went out over the Golden Gate Bridge, and then we went to this wonderful viewpoint, which I hadn't done before, where you see the view of the Golden Gate Bridge and the city behind it. It's just incredible. I mean, it's like a postcard sort of
Yeah.
view.
Was there a queue to take pictures, not just of the group, but other tourists as well?
Yeah, but not too many. It was a weekday, so
Ah,
not
okay.
too many. But the weather fortunately was amazing because the thing about San Francisco is where it is on the coast, it's often raining and murky, and the Golden Gate Bridge is often shrouded in mist and
Mm.
fog.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Very good.
we were
Love that.
lucky the sun was shining and we could actually see it. And
Yeah.
when we arrived at that point, there was an Aston Martin DBS from Quantum of Solace waiting for us
Oh,
that
yeah,
Martin had
I saw
arranged.
someone who was that then?
Probably Martin. He's been posting stuff, and
No,
I
but
I think
it's not Martin's car. It's like I
no,
meant
no, no,
whose
no.
car was it?
So that was from the local Aston Martin Owners Club.
Oh,
uh, the
okay.
Oakland, the Oakland Aston Martin owners, got Oakland and San Francisco. So they had two guys there, one who owned this car and another guy who had a DB5, but it wouldn't start that morning, so he couldn't get it there. And,
Oh no.
and yeah, oh no, sorry, that's wrong. He had a DBS from On a Motor Secret Service and it wouldn't start. They had another guy who had a DB5, but he was traveling, so he couldn't bring it, and they were going to get a Lotus Esprit Turbo from Fuel Oils Only there,
Mm.
but the cylinder head gasket had blown. Surprise, surprise. They couldn't get that there.
Bloody hell.
So they had all these
The world's
classics they
falling
had lined
apart.
up. Yeah, so they had to go down the modern route and get a car that actually worked. So they got the Quantum of Solace car, but it was all movie accurate as the car in the film, and he had some replica props from the film in there, that sort of thing. And one member of our group, Murray, volunteered to do a Mr. White and get in the boot. That was quite cool. So we had some group pictures with that, and it was nice to chat with the owners of those cars. And then we went on and we had another stop. So we were going to go to Stacey's house, okay, which is in Oakland. So it's a bit further out.
Hmm.
But we had another stop before then, which wasn't on the itinerary. I hadn't done screen grabs for. Nobody knew it was going to be there. And it was a little bit, are we going to do it? Are we not? And it's a working quarry, right? It's not open to the public, but they used it in A View to a Kill in the scenes just before the Amberley stuff. So it's when Bond first arrives in the fire truck with Stacy, and the
Right.
guy hands them the hard hats. He says hard hat area. It's the rules.
Right.
That is a real working quarry
Wow.
in Oakland,
I love
and
that.
we just went in
Brilliant.
a great coach. And we're like, yeah, we're not meant to be here. And we're like, all these lorries around us,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
carrying gravel and everything. And we're like, should we be here? Not really. And then we just pulled over. Marta said, right, just go out and get your pictures and get back in as soon as possible.
Is there anything
So,
to screen match, like any backgrounds that you can get a picture of that
yeah,
matches up?
there is. So there's a bridge in the background when he's handing them the hard hats. You see this bridge clearly.
Yeah.
And that was there. We
So
could see it
that's the
from where we
backdrop.
parked.
Did
Yeah.
did you get accosted? Did anyone there say, "What the fuck you doing
Yeah.
here"? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did
And
everyone
we
say,
were
"Where's
told
your hard hats"?
and we were told to leave, and
Uh-huh.
it was like, what are you doing? And we were like, oh yeah, we've taken the wrong turn, sort of thing. Sorry, we've got lost.
Oh, I love that.
But we thought we'd just get out and take some pictures because it looked interesting. And then we're like, yeah, we got to go. And then we just got back in and swiftly turned around and left.
And
But
there's another truckload of people waiting to get pictures as well
yeah,
of them.
but that was
Wow.
somewhere that
I
has
like
only
that.
recently been discovered.
Yeah,
Okay,
I like that.
and nobody has been to this location. No Bond location scouts. Thomas Chrysler hadn't been there. No one had been there. So this was a first for
Nicely
Martin Mulder
done.
on the tracks.
I wonder how
It was a
Martin knew
coup.
about it then.
I don't know. I think Uwe found it like
Really?
just before the trip started, but
Right.
Uwe hadn't been there. But he found it on like Google Street View or Maps or something. And so we just went, and there it was. We
That's
didn't know
brilliant.
what to expect. And then we made one more stop before Stacey's house, where we were trying to find the shot of the beach where Pola Ivanova comes out of the water,
Yes.
in her takes off her wetsuit and everything, and she meets
Great
Bond.
scene. Love it. Yeah.
So that's we were sort of scrabbling around in hedges trying to get a shot of that, and we're trying to line up the mountains in the background for my screenshot.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, is this going to work? It's not going to work. And we were sort of falling around all over the place and nearly falling off the cliff. And then there was a local resident who saw us and asked us what on earth we were doing.
Yeah.
So we
And
explained,
why are you taking
and
your clothes off with a wetsuit with nothing underneath?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then he said, well, I live here and I know the resident who's got access to the beach. So I'll go and speak to them and see if, they'll let you in to their house.
Wow. Okay.
So they went and spoke to them, and yeah, there was a guy there, and he let us in. And
Brilliant.
he was there. He'd been there for years. He was there, I think, when they were filming, and he let us in, and we walked like round the side of his house, and then down past his garden, and then onto this beach, and there it was, the view of where she comes out. That's where they
Wow.
filmed, and it's a private beach that these houses have,
Okay.
and it's this amazing view of San Francisco and the bridge and everything. So I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. Didn't think we'd get this. So that was just pure luck.
And this
That
guy
that
whose house it was, did then everybody use his toilet, like all 30 people on the bus? Like,
no,
can we all
no.
like take it in turns to curl one out in your bog?
I'm amazed that didn't happen.
He then goes back to his neighbor and go, next time you want to get a truckload of people through my house, bitch,
Yeah.
how about you fucking charge him $50 up front, or at least come round with like 12 pack of bog roll? Yeah.
So
That's
that
what
was, yeah, I know, but we were obviously very grateful to him, and he was very happy to oblige. He loves the film, and he loved the fact that we were so
that's great.
enthusiastic, etc. So yeah, so that was great. And then we did the last stop of San Francisco, which was Stacey's house, and which is Dunsmuir House near Oakland. And I've been there before, and I was, and it used to be open to the public inside, but it's now just, I think it's closed inside. But they didn't film inside anyway. That
Yeah.
was the studio. It's now a park that's open to the public,
Right.
and you just walk around the house.
That's fantastic.
but the gates were closed, even though Martin had contacted the people who owned the park. They'd forgotten about us and we couldn't get in.
Oh no.
So we had to go around the back entrance through some business park to get to it. But we did get there eventually. And we met Uwe Brasame, who
Uh-huh.
is he's like the big uh, German location hunter.
Yeah,
He and Thomas
it's him
Gleisman
and Thomas Gleisman, yeah.
him and Thomas Gleisman find everything first, and they
Mm.
post pictures on Martin's On the Tracks
Hmm.
website and Facebook page. So he lives in Sacramento in California. So he came and
Oh.
met us there, which was wonderful. I'd never met him before. He's so nice, such a
Mm.
lovely guy. So yeah, so we went and had a little round Stacey's house. I had all my screen grabs. We tried to reenact stuff where Bond breaks into the window with his credit card and that sort of thing, and shooting with rock salt and
Oh,
that
so
sort of thing.
did you get up onto the balcony where they changed the fuse box
We
in?
didn't climb up
Because you'd have to climb it,
there.
right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But
You'd be up.
you can walk up. But sadly, that house is looking quite neglected now.
Oh no.
So the steps that lead up to Stacey's front door, the wood's all splintering and coming off, and there's paint peeling. And it's like, oh, someone needs to give this house some TLC, you know. So
Yeah.
maybe we should do a James Bond community fundraiser, I think, and get onto the council or whoever the owners are and say get some money together to lick it into shape, you know, because
Well,
it's
it's where you draw the line with that sort of stuff, though, Rob. We gotta get the bloody telescope back up and running in where is it? In Porto? No, not in
oh
Porto.
well, that's beyond help.
In
That's beyond help.
the observation
Yeah,
tower in Puerto
from
Rico from Gold.
Goldeneye.
Yeah, well, we've got
Yeah,
to get that up and running. We need
that's
lot.
collapsed.
Oh,
That's
Be
collapsed on itself. Anyway,
Vesper's come
hang on.
back in. Is she going to give you
Vesper's
another
come back
punch?
in.
No.
I hope not. She's just come to say hi because she's missed me. She's gone now.
And you
But
got Largo's place, Palmyra, that needs a lick of paint.
hang on,
Yeah.
my bloody telephone's ringing. Bloody
Tell
hell!
them,
What the hell?
tell them to go F off.
Yeah, yeah, they
Rob,
can. It'll just be it'll just be. Hang on, sorry.
is it
Oh my
another?
God!
Is it
How
another?
how how professional is this? It'll just be a nuisance call. Anyway,
Rob,
so that was Stacey's house.
Rob, Rob,
Um,
Rob, Rob,
yes.
shut up.
Hello.
We're about 20 minutes into this now. So I
Yeah.
think we're going to have to kick the rest into the half time.
Yes, that's the
Because
end
you,
of the Sanfran bit.
yeah,
That's all
because you,
done now.
otherwise we're just not going to have enough
No,
time in the day to live the rest of our
no,
lives. Yep.
exactly.
I think, Rob, what we'll do, very good though, very exciting stuff. We'll do the Vegas because there's two parts of this trip, isn't there? There's the Vegas
Yeah,
trip as well. So we're
yeah,
going to kick
yeah,
that into the half time.
yeah.
And I think we should get cracking with the show. Shall we start the show properly, Rob?
Let's do it.
All right. Okay, Rob. So we left it at minute 135. This is going to be a minute 135, I should say.
Yes.
Bond has leapt into the water to rescue Vesper, who's gone down in the elevator shaft in that cage type elevator, and she's submerged now in the Venice Canal. He's
Mm.
come in to rescue her. We're going to pick it up now, Rob, and we'll see you on the other side of this. Oh, Rob! Oh my word! Well, that's a tough minute to watch. I was dreading this minute. But
Mm.
maybe your thoughts and your feelings in this dark hour of Bond's life.
Well, it's heartbreaking, isn't it, Pete?
Oh,
It's heartbreaking. So this sequence, I mean, Eva Green pulls it out of the bag, doesn't she? Here,
mm,
she is incredible.
mm.
Her acting is incredible in this, and Daniel too. Daniel, panicking to get her out and everything, but I mean, I think they talk about this on the commentary as well, don't they? Martin Campbell and Michael G. Wilson. They describe her acting as like serene. I think they said there's some serenity about it
Yeah,
when
let
she
me read
takes
it.
his
Let me read it off.
hands.
So Martin Campbell says this moment is truly fantastic there. It's almost a serenity about it. This turned
Yeah.
out way better than we expected. It was heartbreaking. And then the commentary goes into the next minute. We'll pick that up in the next minute. But yeah, they were just saying how they couldn't imagine it turning out as well as it did. And also
Mm.
in that video that I sent you, Rob, it's on YouTube. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it. I'd not seen it before, but it's got all the behind the scenes of this going on. I don't know if it may be in one of the DVD extras or something, but it was the first time I've seen this footage. It's about a 10-minute video, and we'll leave a link to it in the show notes. But they had all of the footage of Eva Green in this cage underwater, like with the kind of the inhaler on in between scenes, and like having a cup of tea also in the water when she comes back out and Daniel comes back out. They're all handing them like cups of tea, and they're interviewing her on the beach down in the Bahamas because they obviously filmed this before doing the Bahamas stuff. And she was saying, yeah, it was it was tough. Didn't know anything about like diving, etc. But we had to do all the training for that. But Daniel was interesting because when he was talking about it, he was saying how scary it was that you couldn't really see anything because of all the bubbles. Everything was really murky. They tried to get the water as murky as possible to be as real as
Mm,
possible to what it was in Venice. And he's saying like
mm,
he's basically you can't see anything because of all the bubbles and the gas and that. So when he's reaching out like with his hand trying to help her, it's almost he goes it's like looking at a blank bit on a wall. I couldn't literally see what I was. I couldn't even see past my hand. Is what he was saying.
mm, mm.
So that's how effective it was.
Yeah. Yeah, so she takes his hands, doesn't she? And she kisses them to
Oh,
say goodbye to him
oh,
and to say, please don't,
mm,
I'm going. And then she gets thrown back, doesn't she, by the current, and she takes a gulp of the water.
mm,
And
mm,
then she decides this is it, she's going. And it's her face, isn't it? That expression on her face when she's saying no, no, when he's trying
mm,
to get in
mm,
and trying to break the door, which we then see in the opening title sequence of Skyfall, don't we?
mm.
Not Skyfall. Is it Skyfall we see it? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
Skyfall.
yeah. In the
Yeah.
shards, isn't it? Yeah, in that like kind of shards of glass,
Yeah.
or is it
Or is it
Spectre?
Spectre? I think it might be.
I think
I
it has
think
to be
it's Spectre.
Spectre.
It's
Yeah,
Spectre. Yeah, because it's that sequence of Bond's past, and you see all these faces and things, don't you?
yeah,
It's a
because
Spectre.
they try and thread it all together, don't they, in Spectre? So
They do, and so they stick that in
yeah,
because that's haunting, isn't it? That
mm.
her expression there, where she's sort of saying no, 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 and her sheer horror on her face. It's such a moving sequence. It's deeply upsetting, really, deeply upsetting,
Well, I think I know
because
what you would have done, Rob. You would have just because you got the key to the padlock. You would have just given it to Bond and gone, "Oh, this is a terrible idea. Get me the fuck out of here. Here's the key. Hurry up."
yeah. Oh
Uh,
God. So yeah. So it's yeah, it's heartbreaking, isn't it? And but
Oh,
he finally breaks in.
gives
He's
it a quick.
desperate to get in. He
Yeah.
finally breaks in, but it's too late. She's gone. She's gone.
Well,
And and apparently the interior of this set is made of fiberglass, so it could withstand the water
mm.
and all the handling of it. So yeah, a lot of work went into this, but yeah, it's devastating,
And the
really, isn't it?
music as well is so iconic now. It's just that it's now
Yeah,
like she now has her own theme because I think of this scene because it's like this score is literally scarred into our brains
completely,
because of
completely.
how you think of this. You hear this music and then you see this imagery. It's so
I
hard
know.
to uncouple the two, isn't it? It's just
Oh, completely.
incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
David Arnold's score of this, and that, yes, Vesper's theme. Yes, it's
Mm,
it's just
yeah,
beautiful, isn't it? And then he weaves that into some of the other films, doesn't he? So,
yeah.
or you hear it in some of the other films anyway.
No
But
Time to
yeah,
Die.
it's
Here, yeah.
it's
He was quite
yeah.
happy about that.
So,
When I had dinner with him, did I tell you I had dinner with David Arnold once?
oh, you might have done them once or twice. Yeah.
He was very happy that they used that theme. It's all royalties, you see.
Well, yes, of
So,
course.
so when he rocks up to the grave site in No Time to Die, you can just hear the cash register going off in
Yeah.
David Arnold's head.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Ching,
Yeah.
ching, 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 ching.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah. Have you got any more thoughts on this minute,
No,
Pete?
I, I put it on earlier to get the feel of it and to obviously play it here in the
Mm,
episode. And I have to say, I think it was probably the most moved that I've been watching it because I think
really, yeah.
maybe because of all the build up that we've been doing and
Yeah.
scrutinizing everything, literally frame by frame. And
Yeah.
this is the
Yeah.
culmination of all of this, the emancipation of Bond coming into himself and that love story, the first love story and everything. And it just if they tried to remake this film at any point, you would never top what went on there. The way they
Mm.
played that out, the way it was shot, it was acted, the music. I can't see how they would ever top that if they were to try and remake this film.
Well, you can't remake this film. You shouldn't. It's perfect. But yeah, I felt the same, Pete, when I went to look at this minute and do my notes. I was deeply moved by it.
Mm.
And I think it's the same because we've been so involved with this film
Yeah,
every week
yeah.
and we've been breaking it down to then get to this point and witness her taking her own life
Mm.
like this and Bond desperate to save her. It really deeply emotional, very, very emotional.
Maybe we
And
should do this.
oh,
I tell you what, maybe we should do this for Die Another Day then. And then by the time I don't know, Rosamund Pike cops it, we'll also get emotionally involved and go, oh my God, we've lived every minute of this. I don't know.
well, maybe, yeah, I don't know.
I was actually sad that Rosamund died in that one.
I was too. I was
God,
too. I was hoping.
that outfit she was wearing at the end for the fight with.
Oh, the fencing.
Oh
Yeah.
God, she was wearing literally next to nothing in that
Ev
fight
ev
scene. Oh
every outfit she's in. But yeah,
yeah.
let's not get on to Rosamund Pike. That's a whole different topic. But
Well, actually, on that, I tell you what, we're going to have to hit pause
yeah,
because we're going to do some. Well, we do some more Vegas story, more
yeah,
American trips with you, Rob.
we've
Uh,
got another minute to cover.
we've got another minute to cover, but we do just have a couple of minutes left on this Zoom because someone wrote a comment on the YouTube. We put a YouTube video out where I think I said Rosamund Pike would never stop vomiting
Oh yes,
if she was ever to have sex with me. Like if one of the Bond
yes.
girls was forced to have sex with me, I said Rosamund Pike would never stop vomiting because it feels like she is so pure. Like her skin is so good, she looks so great, she eats so healthy. Everything about her just feels so so angelic, you know. And if she had to sully herself by being intimate with me, she would just never stop vomiting. And that's what I said on a YouTube video. And some guy commented, uh, he said, Rosamund Pike is an angel. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. So I replied back, I said, you're making my point, arsehole. Exactly what I'm saying. Anyway, so
Yeah.
we have a jingle for that guy. Let me see if I can dig it out here. I'll put that in there. That's farewell, shithead. Right, Rob, we'll jump off this Zoom. We're going to jump into another call. We're going to do your American Tales and do minute 136, and we're going to do that right after this. Welcome back. All right, Rob, I'm eager to hear about the second leg of the trip. So from San Francisco, you got on
Yeah,
a flight and went over to Vegas?
we did. We went over to Las Vegas and we checked into none other than the White House, the building that was the White House in Diamonds Are Forever.
Uh-huh.
So it was at that time it was called the International Hotel. I think that's the thanks on the end credits as one of the list of Las Vegas thanks to. Then it became the Hilton, where Elvis Presley was resident, I believe, for quite a number of years. There's a lot of Elvis memorabilia there. But to us, it will always be the White House. Now, in the film, they actually if you look at it in the film and it's this sort of this skyscraper type this curved skyscraper building, it has another section above it with a WW and you see the lift going up it. That was a matte painting, okay, and it had a lift moving on the side that they took from another hotel and then composited it onto it. So it's
Mm.
like that shot. Whenever you see that in the film, it's a composite of three different images.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, so don't go there expecting to see what you see on the film because it never looked like that. It's just the curved tower,
Right.
but it's very cool when you get there and you see it. So
But it's
that's where
cool
we
that
were
it's still
staying.
there because nothing else is still there, right?
Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely. So it's and they did film some other stuff there. The only bit really, like all the interior stuff with the casinos, that was shot elsewhere in another hotel, which has since gone.
Mm.
But there's one scene in that film where you see the main entrance to that hotel, and it's where Tiffany Case follows Blofeld in drag. She
Right.
sees him and then she goes out and she's trying to see what car he's got into. And then she gets shoved into
She gets
his
bundled in one.
Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it drives off. And that matches perfectly with how the building looks with the pillars and everything. But they have built a monorail now that goes all the way down to the new strip in Vegas. And that sort of has a station and stop right by the hotel. So it's difficult to try and match it up with how it looked in the film because of this construction of this monorail. But you can see it was filmed there. There's a lot of stuff that's still there. So that's very cool. It's great that we stayed there. So top
Nice.
marks to Martin for booking that for us. And so the first day we did again a walking tour, and right almost directly opposite that hotel is the petrol station with Curly.
Yeah. Forget it,
Hey
Curly.
Curly, hey Curly, what about my stamps? Stamps? You ain't got no gas yet. Okay, so shove a couple of gallons in. Well, back it up. Come on, lady,
Come
move
on,
it.
lady, move it.
Yeah,
Stick it.
lean
What
on
is
that tooter, Charlie. You're gonna get a shot in the mouth. So all of
Forget
that
it, Curly. You had your chance
chance
and you
that you
blew
blew it.
it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So all of that is at a petrol station opposite the hotel. So, but that petrol station has changed beyond all recognition, and everything around it has changed beyond all recognition.
Right.
All the buildings have changed. It's almost pointless going there because it's like, what's this? But it is the petrol station. So, yeah, we had to make a stop and go and pay homage to it. And I bought a bottle of water from there, and I'm keeping that bottle forever.
There you go, Rob.
I did
Oh,
actually go in and speak to the guy when I bought the bottle of water and said, "Did you know that this was used in a Bond film?" I was like, "No." And I showed him my screen grabs of how it used to look in '71. He couldn't believe it. He's going to go away and watch the movie now. So yeah,
that's what he told you to get you out of there quick before he
yeah.
called security. So
So
Rob,
yeah.
before you go on, I found the comment that the guy left on our YouTube.
Oh yeah.
The Dr. James Bond is who it's from. Rosamund Pike is a ageless beauty. I presume he means an ageless beauty.
Mm,
Glass houses is what he said. And I replied, I think you're making my point. So
yeah.
that's who that's from. Okay,
Yeah.
back to Vegas.
Yeah. So then we found the Hertz rent-a-car spot. So you know the scene where Bond is sat waiting in that hire car place, and Felix pulls up in that car. And Bond says, "Don't tell me you lost her. We lost her."
Oh no.
You know
Yeah,
that bit?
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so again, change beyond all recognition, apart from a little chapel. They have all these little chapels dotted throughout Vegas where you can get married.
Mm.
You get married by Elvis or whatever. And there's one building that still has the same sign as a chapel.
Oh, oh, brilliant.
Same sign, and you literally, it was on my screen grab in the corner in the background. Like, oh my God, look,
What did it
there it
say on the
is.
sign? What did it say?
Chapel of Love or Chapel of something. One of those chapels
And
where
did
you
you
can
get a
get married.
close-up picture of the sign?
No, but I got it. I got a picture of the whole
Oh,
like
great.
street, and
Oh,
you can
that's
see it
really cool.
there,
So
and it matches.
that sign's been there for like 50 years or
Yeah,
so.
it's in the film. You can see it in the film in the shot where Felix's car pulls in,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
that's the
that's
only
brilliant.
thing left. The only thing left on that strip of road. Everything else has gone and been redeveloped, and it's like a lone
Wow.
landmark. So yeah,
I love that.
so
Well done,
that
Rob.
that, that was cool, and it's hard to find that because everything's changed. It's everything's been redeveloped. The whole of Vegas has changed. It's most of the things that you see in that film no longer exist. So it's really hard trying to find anything that
What about the
remotely
car park?
resembles.
What about the car park where the car chase happened just before he got on two wheels?
Yeah, so we found that, and that was the car park for the Mint Hotel and Casino. That's now long gone, but the car park is still there, but it's
Ah,
now covered. It's a multi-story car park, but it's still
ah,
a car park, so we could see what was there.
right.
But we did find, so we then went down the old strip. Now, Alan Stevenson, I don't know if you remember Alan
Yeah, yeah,
Stevenson,
yeah. I got photos of him.
big bond collector, lovely guy from America.
Did he bring
He
anything this time? Did
he
he not?
did.
What did he
So
bring?
he brought a whole load of maps for us that he made of the whole Vegas Strip, and basically to help with this walking tour because everything's changed so much. And
Right.
on one side, he had all these period adverts of what's going on in Vegas from 1971, like Shady Tree and all these things that you
Oh,
could go and see,
brilliant.
all printed out and all looking sleazy. And it was absolutely brilliant.
Have you
And
got a
then on,
copy of it there? Have you got a copy of
uh,
it?
I had, well, it's not on me, it's in the other room,
All right.
but yeah, I can show it to you next when I next see you.
All right.
And he so this was really helpful because when you go to the strip now, the old strip of where they filmed that car chase. It's now pedestrianized with a roof over the top.
Mm,
Okay, it's right down the other end of where we were. It's quite a walk to get to it, and yeah, it was like God. I mean, you just wouldn't recognize it. So that's why he had this to sort of pinpoint locations because it's unrecognizable
yeah.
otherwise. So, but they've still got the
I love.
pioneer cowboy with his hat going up and down.
Okay.
They've still got that, but it's as I say, it's all pedestrianized. And just right at the end, as you go into that bit, you see. I'm just going to go slightly off bond here. You see a casino that
Please not
was
Herbie.
used. No, it's Back to the Future Part Two.
Oh
Is
yeah.
that acceptable?
Yeah, yeah. I love that.
Biff's Paradise.
Yeah.
Biff's Paradise. So that casino he had in Hill Valley, the town hall, he turned
Yeah.
into this casino. That is in Vegas. And it's
Ah,
slap bang opposite the pedestrianized bit. And you see that building in the car chase. That building from Back to the Future Part 2 is there in the background. And it's like,
that's
oh my
cool.
God, never knew that. So that was very, very cool. So yeah, but it was very difficult walking down here because there was so much noise. They got live bands playing and stuff. So trying to sort of hear what Martin was saying and what Alan was
Mm,
saying, it was a bit of a battle, really. But the golden nugget's there, but it's all changed. Everything's changed, you know.
mm.
So we came out, and then the one thing that is still the same is literally the alley that Bond drives into.
On two wheels.
So so the bit on two wheels was shot on the back lot at Universal Studios in LA.
Right.
Amazingly, they had a car out there and they filmed it twice because that's just why they had to have it on the other side. Because I think they filmed one bit somewhere and then they filmed a bit somewhere else, and that's why it comes out on the wrong side. Although they did apparently have it coming out on the correct side, but there were a load of people standing on the pavement, and so they couldn't use that. So then they had to film it again, and it came out on the wrong side. But the actual, so that's all like where you go. The alley itself is a back lot at Universal Studios.
Right.
Not even Pinewood, it's Universal. But where he goes in and
Mm.
it says dead end,
Oh
there's
yeah.
that dead
Any
end
I
sign.
gotcha now. What does the
That
cop say?
that is
I
still
gotcha
there.
now. Oh,
That is
brilliant.
still there.
What
And
about
it's
the
still
sign? Is the
no,
sign
that's
still there?
gone. I
Yeah.
think they put that there for the film.
Right.
But the wall still looks the same.
Brilliant.
So it was like, oh my God, look at this. This is
Yeah,
this
I
is
love
the
that.
alley.
Yeah, I love that.
So that was cool. That was cool. So that was really all we could do in sort of downtown Vegas itself.
Yep.
But then the next thing that we did, we had a day off, and then after that
Did you
we
go
did it.
see the Titanic exhibition like I told you
Yes,
to? You did,
yes,
because it's got the
yes,
biggest part of Titanic, the boat, in
yes. It's got
history,
the
right?
hull. It's got a bit of
Yeah.
the hull
It's
that
the biggest
hanging
piece.
there.
They have the
I
biggest
know,
piece. Yeah.
I know, because there's an exhibition in Washington D.C. which is smaller, and there was this exhibition. Yeah, I loved it. All the artifacts
It's
they've
great.
got,
Man. Oh, I want to
it's
go see it. It's
incredible.
because
Yeah,
Rob texted me. I was texting, texting you, and you go, "God, I'm so tired today. It's a day off. Think I might just have a lie and stay in bed and do nothing." I was like, "Get your fucking ass out of bed and go see that exhibition and just get out. You can plenty of time to sleep when you're dead." I
yeah,
said,
we did.
"Just
We went. I went with a couple of mates, and we saw that, and I'm so glad we did.
yeah, nice.
It was very moving, actually,
Mm,
that exhibition. So yeah, I'd highly recommend that. But that's in the Luxor pyramid. You know that ancient Egyptian pyramid they've got,
mm,
and I've heard that that's going to be torn down,
mm.
along with the Excalibur and New York that they've got there. That's all going to be torn down and redeveloped. So they're
Well,
going to
that
have to
just
move that exhibition.
just getting off Bond very quickly. Did they? see any casino scenes, like the film Casino, De Niro and Pesci? Were there any other tangents like, oh, they filmed this here, they filmed that
Not
there?
that not that we were aware of, not
No,
that
okay.
we were told. There may be, who knows? I don't know.
Anyway,
But yeah, we were there for Bond, so don't know about that. But yeah,
just
so did a coach trip on the
wait a
last
minute, Rob.
day.
You're there. You're just there for Bond. All there is a green sign in a chapel, and a little alleyway that leads onto a back lot at Universal. I mean, so I'm like, you were just there for those
Yeah,
22 bits.
and
Just
I
very
know.
important. Yeah.
And the petrol station that's changed beyond all
Yeah,
recognition.
but beyond that,
And
like we're not interested. If it's in any other film, we're not interested. We just came to
no,
see the little tiny alleyway, that little sign, and a petrol
exactly
station.
that.
Yeah,
Exactly that.
brilliant.
So,
I love the dedication.
but we took in the atmosphere of Vegas, and I'd never been to Vegas before, so it was quite something to see it.
Mm.
But the last day was a coach trip, and that was full on. Okay, so we went out into the desert, and then we pulled over at the side of this road where it's just all rocky desert and stuff. It's like, what the hell's this? And we got out, and it was like, yeah, but the coach isn't meant to stop here, so get your pictures as quickly as possible. And
Mm.
it was the scene at the beginning of the film that's meant to be South Africa, where you see Winton Kid
Ah.
meeting Dr. Tynham, the dentist,
Mm.
and they get the diamonds and they drop the scorpion
Scorpion down the back. Yeah.
down and the helicopter lands. That was all shot there at the side of
Brilliant.
this road. So I had no screen grabs of this because I didn't know we were going to see it. Martin had a picture in his flip book, but it's quite hard to make out what's what. So I'm going to have to go back downstairs
Go back to
now
Vegas and
and
figure it
take
out.
some
Yeah.
pictures of my TV and go through my photos to try and work out what's what
Yeah.
with along with the quarry from A View to a Kill because I didn't have a picture of that. So,
Mhm.
but there's all these little things that were thrown in on the trip that I wasn't expecting, which was cool.
Yeah.
So we saw that, and then we went to the WW Tektronix place, which
Uh-huh.
where they have where he steals the moon buggy.
Okay.
So that was very cool.
So
So
what?
and we
That's the
saw
building, and then he comes out of the building in the moon buggy.
Yeah, so there's like a big dome
Mm.
and with pipes and things, and there's a building there where all the guards are running
Yes. Yeah.
around and
Yeah.
getting in the cars and stuff to chase, and he crashes through that barrier, and obviously that was a prop because that was destroyed in the film.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I mean that's a working facility. Nobody gets to go there.
Right.
Okay, nobody, and we
Well, they
got
wouldn't.
permission to go in there.
You did they film anything in there?
Yes, they film loads in there.
What did
Yeah.
they film in there?
So they filmed the bit where he drives around and well, they filmed the bit where the Mustang drives in through the gate,
Uh-huh.
and then Tiffany Case stops and waits,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
and when and they filmed the bit where the moon buggy's coming out. There's a barrier where the minibus drives in, the little van, the green van,
But that's not
and
inside the building, though.
but that's all on site here. This is a
Right.
facility, and it's all there to
Oh,
see
okay. Right.
and it looks more or less the same. Unfortunately, the big dome that you see in the background in a lot of the shots, that collapsed on itself a few years ago, but they've built another one on exactly the same spot, and it looks pretty much the same.
Uh-huh.
And so, and they've got that building where all the guys are running around getting into their cars to chase the moon buggy. That's still there. It looks slightly different. They've had alterations over the years, but it's still bits of it's still recognizable from the film.
Okay.
So yeah, it was cool to see that, and it's obviously in the middle of the desert.
Mhm.
So we got group pictures of that and everything. That was all very cool to see WW Tektronix. Because as I say, that's not open to the public. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got
that
it,
was
Rob. I got it.
cool.
Yeah, I got it. Yep.
So and we saw like bits of like all the desert land next to that is where they shot the moon buggy chase with the quad bikes and everything.
Very
We
good.
couldn't sort of go into that because it's all rocky terrain, but you could see where they filmed it.
Lovely.
And
Lovely.
and then after that, we went to Hoover Dam. Now we went to Hoover Dam, well, partly because it's obviously a wonderful place to see, and it's in the vicinity, and that was amazing to see. But we went on a special tour of Hoover Dam that's not open to the public because there is also a Diamonds Are Forever location there, and it's the tunnel that you see Winton Kid driving down in their car when they've got Bond in the boot.
Oh yeah,
Okay, and then that thing opens with the cactus, and
yeah,
they drive out.
yeah.
And we found that strip of land as well where the thing opens with the cactus. We found where that was filmed. So that
So
was cool.
Martin's
So
done well getting all this organized so that he can get
oh
access,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, incredible. So these two people gave us all hard hats because we were in an area that's not open to the public and
Yeah.
it's the working dam and this tunnel is sort of access for lorries and vans and things working at the dam.
And again, Rob,
So
did you go into the facilities and use the toilet and did like everyone come out and take a take a big
we
shit in the toilet?
we just use the general public loos. But it was full on. Like, we didn't even have time for proper lunch or anything. We crammed
Oh
so
my
much stuff in.
God, you must have been
Yeah.
starving. I bet you were wishing
Yeah,
for
we
all those big American foods that you
We
kept
were,
wishing
we
for.
were, we were. But yeah, so Martin had sent them in advance a screen grab from the film of Winton Kid driving through that tunnel, and they managed to match it up. And they said, "Yeah, we know where that is. That's here, and we can take you to that. Just don't tell anyone because we can't have hordes of tourists
Just
turning
don't,
up,
just
you know."
don't, yeah, just don't tell anyone on a podcast.
No. Just
Very,
sign up to Martin's future trips because this is the sort of thing he gets you
yeah.
access to.
Okay.
So that was amazing. And again, no Bond locations person has ever been there before. No
That's
one.
this.
This is
Yeah,
another first.
got
So
it, got
that
it.
was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
And
got it.
then we so
Rob, we're
we
gonna have
saw
to try and wrap this up. I've got to
yeah, well the
literally.
last place was Slumber Incorporated.
Yeah.
So we went and found that. And in the film, it looks like it's in the middle of the desert when the
Mm,
guy pulls up at the crematorium. But now it's been all developed around it, which is a shame. But we did go inside as well. And it's similar inside. It was a set in the film, but Ken Adam was inspired by the inside. They haven't got the stained glass windows, sadly, but
mm.
it's a similar layout. So it was cool to see Slumber. And then but the other bit where you see Bond with the urn walking through that memorial garden where
Yeah.
he gets hit on the head by Winton Kid and dragged away. That's a different memorial garden closer to Las Vegas, but we did go and see that as well. And that looks
Ah,
exactly the same. That hasn't changed at all. And we were trying to work out which compartment for ashes was the one where they had the diamonds that Shady Chief
right.
comes and gets it. We were trying to work out from the screen grab which one is it, but it was really hard to tell because of camera angles and things have
Yeah.
changed,
So
different names.
I imagine you just got a hammer and chisel and started getting all the plaques out to find out
Yeah,
find out which
yeah.
one it was.
I
In
know,
this one, no,
but
just ashes, just urns. God damn it.
yeah, but it was so that was very cool. So yeah, there you go. That was
All
that
right,
was the
Rob.
trip.
Well done,
Done and
buddy.
dusted.
Well done. I'm so happy you got to go see some new locations and you had a good time by the sound of it.
I did. It was
Yeah,
great. Yeah.
brilliant.
So fingers crossed for Jamaica next year. That's the next big one he's going to do.
Oh,
Next
okay.
first half of September next year is Jamaica, and it's probably going to be a 2 week trip because there's so much stuff to cover. Obviously, it's a
I
big
bet, yeah.
island, and you got three films and Fleming's House, GoldenEye as well. So there's a lot to cover. So I'm going to start saving now for that trip.
Okay, start right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Rob, how about we got to take a quick break and then
Yep.
when we come back, we're going to wrap it up with minute
100,
136. Yes,
136.
136. And we're going to do that right after this. All right, Robert. Very well done. Let's slide right in, shall we?
Yep.
Okay, we're back. Rob, well, I think we know what's coming, don't we, in this minute? It's a tough couple of minutes, this. I mean, it's not as bad as watching Bond die, but it's pretty rough, isn't it?
It
Let's
is. Yeah.
let's get through it together, shall we? This is a
Mhm.
minute 136, and we'll see you on the other side. Oh, Rob! Oh, wow! Oh boy. Well, it's dark times for Bond. Really dark, isn't it? So
Yeah. He's
maybe
he's
maybe sorry, go on. Yeah.
he's a broken man, isn't he?
Oh God, he's not known pain like this ever,
No.
has he? No.
And
Anyway,
I have to say, Daniel's acting in this is
oh
is just incredible.
yeah, he's really he's so we have jumping ahead to the Patreon show, which I don't think we'll have time to record today. But one of the subjects that was put to us was could you insert another Bond actor into another Bond film? Like how would you do it? Like which film would you put Connery in that isn't a Connery Bond and and
Yeah.
play around with the actors in the films basically.
Yeah.
And this is just one of those scenes where you'd find it hard to imagine any other Bond actor pulling it off as well as Daniel has done.
100%. I mean, maybe Tim,
Tim, yeah,
he's a thespian, isn't he? I think he
yeah,
could probably pull it off.
yeah.
But yeah, it's my God,
It's
Daniel's
rough.
just
Oh,
incredible in this scene. All those emotions going on
mm,
in
mm,
his head, and he's desperately trying to resuscitate her, isn't he? He's like
yeah,
really going for it with the CPR,
yeah,
and it's futile. It's
yeah,
futile. She's clearly dead,
yeah.
but he just can't
Well,
accept it.
I wouldn't accept it either. I did all that. If that was me, I did all that bloody work. I killed all the bad guys. I sunk the bloody house. I dove in the cold water, got her out of there, and
Yeah.
and managed to then haul her up out of the water onto a bit of surface area where I could perform CPR. And then she's bloody croaked. I'd be
She's dead.
fucking. I mean, I did all the hard work. I did everything.
I know. All for nothing. I
Oh,
know.
oh,
He's got a nail in his back he's just
yeah,
removed. I mean, he must
yeah.
be in agony. He's
Oh,
freezing cold. He's sopping wet.
oh.
It's God. Yeah.
But not to
It's
mention, like everything coming to this point. He took a beating from Le Chiffre,
yes.
to
Oh
go
God.
through all
It's
this, hasn't he? He's
yeah.
been
His
right.
his his, his balls will still be recovering from that.
Exactly. You got to think of all the aches and pains. Anyway, Rob.
But yeah. So this is where they filmed this now. This was back on the square that they built on the 007 stage because they're sort of on the surface now, aren't they?
Yeah.
But they took the front of the house that they had built. They removed that, and they had I think to make it look like it's the outside, they had a streak of sunlight
Mm.
coming through, which they added in post production.
Yeah.
But it looks fantastic because it certainly looks like it's outdoors, and I don't think it looks like a set. I never realized this was a set, but
Yeah.
it is. They did a fantastic job, I thought, with this whole setup and lighting it and everything. It's just amazing. But yeah, it's again a continuation of the heartbreak. It is heartbreaking to see,
It's
and
awful. It's awful.
yeah,
I,
and it just sets up Bond's
this is it. Yeah.
emotional journey for the rest of his
Daniel.
arc, his story
Exactly. Yeah.
arc. It all comes from this moment, doesn't it?
Every decision he makes from here on out is just based off this, isn't it? This is his launch pad for Bond, isn't it now?
Completely,
Yeah.
completely. And he's out on revenge now after this.
Yeah.
He's out to get them, isn't he? After losing Vesper.
Yeah.
It's yeah. It's emotional. It's devastating. But
Oh,
yeah, it's a beautiful
God.
scene. It's a wonderful scene and
Rob, I feel like I need a good hard drink. I know it's like only 12:15,
yeah,
but just
I
after
think
we go
yeah.
through this as Bond heads. Just lastly on the Blu-ray commentary, I think Wilson said that he wasn't sure how long they should go on resuscitating for, because like in real life, you should be about 20 minutes. You should be doing it before you call time. But
Right, yes.
I don't know if we need to see 20 minutes of that play out.
No, no. We saw enough of him doing this,
Yeah,
pumping it. Come on, come on. We saw
yeah,
we saw enough. They
yeah,
got it just right. They
yeah.
got it just right.
Well, it was about 40 seconds, I reckon we saw of that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's enough for
Yeah.
me. I always feel like the other actor is doing a good job, because like imagine if Daniel Craig was on top of you squishing your boobies and like blowing into your mouth. You're like, oh, what's this? You'd be trying hard not to like shudder and go, woo. you know.
Yeah,
So
she's yeah.
she's
Well, you can see her nipples clearly through her dress here.
you can,
I
yeah.
noticed. Couldn't
Really,
help but notice that.
yeah, that was good of the art department to leave them in. I was looking for like her eyes blinking or like something
Yeah.
happening in her neck or something, but no, she played that dead part to a T.
Do you know what? Guy Hamilton, he's not the best director for this sort of thing. One of his films, it's not a Bond film, it's Evil Under the Sun. The beginning of that, there's a dead woman lying on the moors, and you can clearly see she's breathing. Her chest is going up and down.
Oh no.
But Guy Hamilton, he just sort of left it in. He didn't bother. He was probably too busy wondering about what he was going to have for lunch and opening champagne, I think, to bother with that. But
Well, you also think that these directors and actors back in the day, I think no one's ever gonna play back the tape and roll it back and look at it frame by frame, minute by
this is
minute.
it.
No one's
This is
gonna do
it.
a podcast minute by minute. It's just
This is it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not going to
It's a,
notice.
no, they've got to make it work these days, haven't they? They've got to make more of an effort.
Exactly. Well, Rob, I feel like that's probably all we have time for with the minutes. We do need to wrap up. We've got a little bit of listener mail. Shall we do that?
Yeah.
Or I'll tell you what, let's do the listener mail next. Okay, this from Philip Latchford, Patreon member. Philip Latchford. Is he talking about a Patreon show or the free show? Let's have a look. Those dogs took a lot of. Oh, he's talking about the Moonraker scene where we spoke about Kareen getting chased down by the Dobermans and whether they cut the scene right.
Oh
Did
yeah,
we
because when
talk
they're
about that?
jumping,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did we talk about that in the free show or in the Patreon show? I can't remember. Anyway, let's just do it. Those dogs took a lot of persuading to chase Kareen, but there is a behind the scenes shot the of them being playful. Kareen's character was called Sylvia Defoe on the script and the call sheet on her early scenes. Before she was cast, the character was an American Trudy Parker. Very good. I do like Mr. Moonraker's, you know,
So they changed, yeah, because she was called Corin. The actress is Corin Clary, and we commented on that, didn't
yeah,
we? That she's Corin Dufour in the film.
yeah,
So he's saying she was originally Sylvie or Sylvie Dufour, and they changed that to
yeah.
Corin Dufour. That's nice that they did that for the actress.
Slightly weird. Let's just call you by your first name, so no one.
Yeah, just call you Corin so no one gets confused.
Yeah, we can't be having that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he continues. Bond speaks Portuguese to the Rolls-Royce driver to turn left. Is
Oh,
that in
does
Moonraker?
he?
In Moonraker?
Yeah. That's when
Oh,
he's going to the hotel. Do you
oh,
remember? And Manuela is following him. She's telling him taking pictures, isn't she? And they're going
right,
down that
right.
road.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
Okay.
does speak in Portuguese, but as the Rolls Royce veers off to the left. Yeah.
Very good. Because we were talking about
Mm,
learning languages. I think that was
that's right. So we can add Portuguese to the list.
yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Oh,
Oh,
do you know how we were talking about breaking the fourth wall and when have they broken the fourth wall in Bond?
yes.
I've thought of the most obvious one that we hadn't thought of, apart from George turning to camera saying this never happened to the other fella.
Is this the ninja in You Only Live Twice?
Well, the ninja does it in You Only Live Twice. I was
Yeah.
watching For Your Eyes Only the other night, and of course, Melina, when her parents get mowed down, she
Oh,
picks
when
up
it
something
goes
off
in
the,
on her
yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, and like,
Yes.
that's like
Yes.
that's the biggest breaking of the fourth wall there is in
God,
Bond.
yeah, it just zooms in on her eyes,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
okay. Lastly, Mark Hernandez says, Pete, it's been ages since you've done a song on the show. How about when you come to sign off the minutes of Casino Royale, do a song parody of "You Know My Name" on the piano, where you reflect on what it's been like. Yeah, I guess I could do something like that. A lot of time in the day. I did think of a good setup for a song or a chorus would be. Let me see if I can get the lyrics right. So it goes something like, you know, the parts don't add up because it's all about numbers and Lashif and betting. It goes, oh, the parts don't add up because I am half monk, half drunk, half hitman. And that would be the
Mm.
chorus. I'm half monk, half drunk, half hitman. I don't know. Maybe
I think that would work.
I've been
I
watching
think that
too
would
much
work.
Spinal Tap. I think that's what that is. That's it. We do have some more listener member, but let's quickly do the outro. Rob, it's your favorite jingle. Couple of thank yous to make. Richard Chisholm, Clyde Hedgepath, Darij Varanasi, Sean Wilby, Jim Negabauer, Zaffron Jones, and Manuel Rebic. I've screwed up all your names. Sorry about that. But you all bought a map, the London Bond map. Thank you so much. They're all in the post. You get a thank you from M and Rob. Ooh, I should say there is a competition going on to win the second London Bond map, the
Yeah.
riverboat chase. Sorry.
You've got that
So
printed now, haven't you? I saw on Instagram some pictures of it. Is that
yes.
finally ready to go now?
Yeah, so this is the riverboat chase from The World Is Not Enough.
Mm.
Got the early draft back from the printers. We're going to have that hopefully in the shops by Christmas. But if you just subscribe to the newsletter, then I'll pull a name out at the end of the hat at the end of the month. The end of the hat. Sorry.
From the hat.
From the hat. It's going terribly. I haven't had any.
I'm the one who's jet
I
lagged here, not
know.
you.
Well, I should say I was up. I was up at 4:30 this morning. I had to be in Oxford for 7 o'clock for a job, The job got cancelled
God.
whilst I was there, so I had to get in the car and drive all the fucking way back again. Was not impressed. So
Oh, Pete.
I'm running on fumes at the minute. Sorry, people.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We're both running on
we
fumes.
are. Anyway, the map, there is a competition. Subscribe to the newsletter. If you've already subscribed, you don't have to do it again, but keep an eye out for that. Also, Rob, the survey. What are we going to do
Yes.
next? Eh?
Yes.
The next
So
film that we're going to break down.
this has been neck and neck, hasn't it? Between Quantum of Solace,
Mhm.
unbelievably, and On a Majestic Secret Service for us to break down minute by minute next.
Yeah.
So get voting, guys. Get voting. What film do you want us to break down next?
And I should say, in first place, Majesty. Second place is Quantum.
Quantum.
Third place is Skyfall.
Right.
I think
And
that's how it is.
as it stands now, Pete, how close is it between those films?
Oh,
Can you see
a
how
couple
many
of votes.
votes?
Yeah, a couple of votes separating them all. It's neck and neck,
Really?
like you say. Yeah.
So Skyfall's caught up with them now, and
So please, please don't vote for Quantum of Solace. And I don't know which dickheads are voting for Die Another Day. You're clearly trying to sabotage the podcast.
I personally, I mean, obviously, we'll do whatever our listeners want.
Yeah.
We'll just go with what they say. But I personally would like a bit of a break from Daniel. And I think a lot of listeners, it'd be nice to have a different Bond to talk about, I think, over the next 14 months or however long it takes.
So, Rob, next week we're going to be doing the 100th episode.
Hey!
And then we're going to be doing we'll finish the entire film in the 101st episode, and then we're going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going away, and so we'll take a week off, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do, what the results are going to be, which film we're going to break down when we come back after that. So we're nearly at the end, people. Your votes count. Thank you to all you for voting anyway in the first place. Really appreciate that.
So you're going to leave a link to the survey in the show notes, and it's going to be on the socials, isn't it? So
we'll start plugging it
leading
on the
up. Leading up to that last episode for this movie, we're going to be pushing that film. Survey. Both of us will. Sorry, film. I'm jet lagged.
You've been in America too long. That's what it is.
Yeah, film, not movie.
Brilliant.
And so yeah, we just need to get that as many of you listeners voting as possible, so you get the film that you want us to talk about. Okay, so we'll be pushing that on the socials.
And Rob, also the Patreon show, there'll be more Bond, releasing some videos early over there again. The video essay. I'm sure you're so keen to watch. Even though it's not, I'm just calling it a video. It's not an essay. Fuck off. It's a very interesting video, and it took me so long to make it.
I'm joking.
It's called Does Bond Have Emotional Intelligence? And so keep an eye out for that on YouTube. We're nearly getting up to 3,000 subscribers. I know it's small beer compared to the heavyweights of the Bond content creators, but it would mean a lot. It really, actually, I'd like to sleep at night. Can we just get to 3,000 subscribers and that would be it? We've been teetering on the edge for so long.
Oh,
okay, yeah. Rob, I'm going to probably walk the dogs and go to bed.
Sounds like a plan.
Not with you, obviously. You're going to bed as well, I think, aren't you?
I've got too much to do, Pete. No time to sleep. Plenty of time to sleep when you're dead.
Very good. On that bombshell, another time, another place.
Ciao.
Brilliant.